How's it going, YWC? Guy on the internet who doesn't like reviews. TNA Impact review for 6/28/16. I know it's late, but hey, life happens. And also, this was a pretty good show from TNA. I think it was better than last week's show. Last week's show was okay. This one was a major step up, and it got some things in storyline moving. It got had some very entertainment moments, and it had some good matches. And the main event was, yeah, I would say, a slightly above average, like above average, and it was better than above average because like it was damn near teetering on pay-per-view quality. So let's start off. It begins with Mike Bennett and Maria in the ring. Mike Bennett's talking about him being the greatest X Division champion of all time, and that the X Division is his golden ticket, and he doesn't matter that it doesn't matter that who wins the triple threat. It's not as Lashley, EC3, or Drew Galloway. It doesn't matter because he's gonna beat every one of them all. He calls Lashley an idiot. Lashley comes out and says, "Yeah, man, you're funny, but I'm the world champion. You're not. We're not in the same league. I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you." Mike Bennett's like, "You trying to intimidate me?" Lashley says, "If I'm trying to intimidate you, you'll know it." And then EC3 comes out, and EC3 talks about how Mike Bennett won the title and that he didn't win it under the best means. He pretty much cheated to win it. He got over on Dixie Carter. He got over on Billy Corgan, saying that he manipulated Billy Corgan. Out comes Billy. Billy says that he doesn't like the fact that EC3 is undermining him, saying that he made a judgment because of what Dixie Carter did. And then EC3 is like, well, Mike Bennett, he should defend the title because he didn't win it under the right circumstances. He's bringing melancholy to the S Division, and it's causing infinite sadness. And it made Billy Corgan like, this motherfucker is good. Like, this motherfucker is really, really good. Anyway, that sets up to where Billy Corgan says, yeah, there's going to be an S Division battle royal, and the winner is going to face Mike Bennett in the same night. So breaks into a brawl. The Miracle tries to attack EC3. EC3 gets the better of it. Lashley helps out the Miracle in a way because the Miracle, he's playing such a great cowardly chicken shit heel. Like, usually I don't like chicken shit heels, but he's doing it in such a way that it's entertaining. Like, he talks shit to Lashley, but then Lashley helps him out. He's like looking at him like, oh man, well, are you gonna help me? Please help me. Please help me. But he's still talking about beating Lashley for a championship. Like, it's so dickish and chicken shitty. You gotta love it. Out comes Drew Galloway, who beats off the Miracle. Pause. And then he tries to help EC3 by attacking Lashley, but ends up hitting EC3 with the Claymore. And that's how that segment ends. And then you get into the first match, which is Gail Kim versus Knockout Champion Sienna. And before the match happens, Sienna comes out with Allie, who's on the mic, and Allie says that, it's a great accomplishment for Gail Kim to be in the Hall of Fame. You've been wrestling for a long time. And I guess the next step would be retirement. Oh, you don't like retirement? Okay. Well, Gail, how about forced retirement courtesy of Sienna? I don't know how to feel about this pair because I know Allison Kay, aka Sienna, can talk for herself, and she has the whole pinkies up gimmick. But then again, it's working so well with her and Allie. And I know it's kind of like stopping Allie from wrestling as Cherry Bomb, or Allie, whatever how you want to say it. So like, I guess it plays to their best strengths because Allison Kay is a better wrestler. And then Cherry Bomb, aka Allie, is the better talker. I guess that's how they're going with this. And I guess we have seen some glimpses of Allie as a competent to decent wrestler. So, you know what? I'll let it pass. I'm just wondering how it's going to go. But getting into the match between Sienna and Gail Kim, pretty solid match. It does end in a little bit of outside interference. So Allie's interfering in the match or whatever. And out comes Jay to pretty much stop Allie from interfering in the match. And then that brings out Marty Bell, who attacks Jade in the back with a baton. And then Allie gets back up on the apron and tries to hit Gail with the Knockouts title. She misses. Gail Kim hits her with a forearm. And Sienna hits the silencer, or if you don't know what that is, it is like, look at Monty Brown's The Pounds. That's basically what she hits. And you know what? I think there may have been other women in indie promotions that use that move. That's the first time I've seen a woman on national television use that move as a finisher. And it kind of fits because, you know, she is a lot bigger size-wise as far as muscle and everything compared to the other knockouts who are now more skinnier and toned and everything. So her using the pounce, let's allow it. Let's allow it. Anyway, after that, moving on, you go to, let's see right here, Gail Kim. Oh yeah, you get a segment with the Miracle Mike Bennett and Drew Galloway, where Drew Galloway is like, man, I can't believe you won the S.scoTT title by, you know, cheating or whatever, and you know what, you're trying to stick your nose in the title picture after you just won it. You're making a mockery of the S division, and then Miracle's like, why are you mad at me? I'm not the one that got involved in your title picture. It was EC3. I'm not the problem. I'm just the Miracle. This is the best Mike Bennett has ever been in his career, I think. Anyway, so moving on to the next thing, you get the Fact of Life talk show with Eli Drake, and the charisma overflows. He comes out, dummy, yeah, dummy, yeah, and the crowd's like, you know, going on along with him. He's like, when I say dummy, you say yeah, dummy. He's like, they say yeah. He's like, shut up, dummies. I was talking to me. That charisma though. Anyway, he gives a story about, you know, after whooping so much keister across the country that he has to go home and recharge his batteries. And, you know, his dad makes these mashed potatoes that are so creamy, so delicious. And his friends are over there. He's like, well, you know, hey, Mr. Drake, these mashed potatoes are the best I ever had. And his dad's like, yeah. And he says that, you know, Dad, pass me the mashed potato, because if there's one thing the Drakes like to do is make mashed potatoes and kick dummy ass. Yeah. And then he brings up his guest, James Storm, because he says that a lot of people who have been here for years are mad at Eli Drake for being a top star and being the king of the mountain. He says to James Storm, you know, you've been around here a long time. You know, you've been a champion. You won every belt, but you don't have the King of the Mountain title, and now you're just pretty much, you're nothing. You're doing nothing while Eli Drake is on a rise to the top. And then James Storm calls Eli Drake Eli dummy, or Eli, what's it, Eli dork, and he says that, you know, he doesn't need a title. He's the guy that's been here for 14 years. He's won every championship. He's paved the way for guys like Eli Drake. And then Eli Drake just pretty much makes the hell out fun of him, calling him a cowboy dress up guy, stupid hat, beer belly. He, you know, just like the fans in the seat, he's nobody. And then they get back into it, and you know, it pretty much ends with Eli Drake kicking James Storm off the show, throwing his beer. Do not throw James Storm's beer. Whatever you do, not ever throw the man's beer. And he ends the show with him super kicking, or last call super kicking, Eli Drake and saying sorry about your damn luck. So Eli Drake, James Storm feud, the mic work, the in-ring work. Oh yeah, it's getting bright. It's getting bright around here in TNA. Anyway, moving on to the next segment, you get the Hardy segment. I'm not scoffing at it. It's just the way Jeff Hardy acted in this segment. He's like, I forget what superhero it is, like where he just beats the bad guy all like so many times that it gets like laughably easy. He's just like, come on, man. You really want me to kick your ass again? Come on, bro. Really, what do you want? You want another match for what? Like me to kick your ass? And Matt Hardy says, I need 6 weeks to recuperate from these injuries. And by the way, can we all say that how hot Rebby's guy look in that outfit? Like, I know I Am the Zane is gonna say something about the goddamn the titties though. The goddamn, and it's like this corset type thing where it's pushing the titty. Anyway, I'll leave the titty talk to I Am the Zane. Shout out to I Am the Zane, one of the best reviewers here on the site because he's non-eject. Anyway, just go check out I Am the Zane. Shout out Andy, by the way. So, you know, he says that I want another match in 6 months, and I want it to be for the name Hardy. Whoever wins owns Hardy, owns all the rights to merchandise, and blah 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 blah. And then Rebby Sky's like, I can't believe you accepted the match, Jeff. You're the worst brother, blah 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 blah. And then Jeff like laughs a little bit. He says like, I wish you would get on your broom. We're so close to Harry Potter land that you can just get on your broom and fly away, fly away. I'll take care of my nephew, which is kind of a weird line for him to say, like, because it really whatever. And then like gets Matt Hardy out of the wheelchair. He's like starts attacking Jeff, and then he says that in 1 week we will have a match, but not here in this hellhole called the Impact Zone. We will have it at the blah 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 of our Genesis. We will have it at home, at our family home, or was it Matt Hardy's backyard? Either way. And he says that this will be the last time the creatures see you. So I'm interested to see where they take this match. I mean, anyway, yeah, I guess I mean Matt Hardy's got to win that match. I mean, obviously. And then you have the S Division Battle Royal. Rockstar Spud, Braxton Sutter, Eddie Edwards, Mandrews, the Helms Dynasty, a.k.a. Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett, and I think, who was it? DJ Z. So people get eliminated. I could go into full detail, but let's talk about the main points of this thing. Mike Bennett's on commentary talking about him being the greatest S Division champion, talking about he got trained by great cruiserweights such as Mr. Flippity Dippity and Ultimo. He may not be the greatest S Division champion of all time, but he is one of the greatest S Division heels of all time. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Mike Bennett's making fun of the S Division. The S Division is dead. They don't care about the S Division anymore. Wrong. Okay, granted, Mike Bennett is not an S Division wrestler in a sense. But let's be honest about this. S Division has no limits. That means if you're 7 foot tall, you can win the S Division title. If you're a woman, you can win the S Division title. It's no limits. And also, it's crazy a storyline around the S Division to where the other S Division wrestlers, I'm putting quotation, S Division wrestlers, need to take this title off this guy because he's making a mockery of the division, and he's also not really respecting the guy, making him the ultimate villain if you love the S Division, and also if you're a wrestler, and especially with Destination X being so close to where this guy, who in a sense doesn't care about the S Division, hell, he doesn't care about the heavyweight division. He doesn't care about any division. He only wants the main prize because he's such an egotistical asshole that he will do anything to get the top prize. And you know he's going to cheat and blah, blah. So it makes him a great villain in that sense. And also, this is like one of the best S Division storylines of recent memory. I mean, it has a premise. It has a great villain. But I guess the only thing it's missing now is, I guess, a centerpiece guy as a good guy to go. I guess you could still put it at Eddie Edwards because in the match, Eddie Edwards and Trevor Lee, was it Trevor Lee? I think it was Andrew Everett were fighting on the apron, and the Miracle gets up out of his seat and pulls Eddie Edwards' leg, which allows Trevor Lee to hit that jumping knee, and it eliminates Eddie Edwards because I guess the Miracle is afraid of Eddie Edwards and his ability. So that could carry over. And then it ends with Braxton Sutter eliminating the Helms Dynasty, and then the Helms Dynasty, including Green Jacket Shane Helms attacking Pepper Parks, aka Braxton Sutter, and then Michael Bennett picking up the scraps and pretty much, taking this time talking about, well, Braxton Sutter, you're about to go one-on-one with the greatest SVN champion of all time, taking off a jacket real slow, we're laying it down. And then there's a Hulk moment from Braxton Sutter where he like rolls up the Miracle, and then the Miracle kicks out and then hits him with the Miracle in Progress, and he's like, what the fuck this guy will be? He starts beating up Braxton Sutter. He's like, you almost came this close to beating the champion. I'm the greatest SVN champion. It's such a great heel work from Mike Bennett. Like, damn. It makes you care about the S Division one way or another. Either you care about how this guy's running the S Division, blah, 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 blah. I want to see cruiserweight midgets with no personality. I don't want to see Mike Bennett wearing it. I'm not really making fun of cruiserweight midgets. But anyway, that's how a lot of people feel. Like, S Division, if it's not 110-pound guys, they're not cruiserweight, it's not the S Division. I want to see flippity flop dudes. And if I'm not seeing that, it's not the S Division. And then there's people, they're like, wow, they're finally doing something exciting with the S Division, and they're doing it with a guy with a fucking personality. Anyway, then you get the main event, which is, what do you get the main event as? Oh, no, you get this. So there were promos with the Fixer, like they're proclaiming this new guy. It's the Fixer. You got a problem, he can fix it, and this is one of the missteps of TNA. They got these great promos going on. They're kind of cool. They're kind of like cheesy and cool at the same time. And I'm thinking, who's the Fixer? Who is the Fixer? Like, who is it gonna be? And the next segment they bring out the Tribunal with Al Snow, and they're gonna be facing Grado and Shera. Which Grado and Shera, look, on paper, it could be a great tag team. Like, two fun-loving guys, blah, 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 blah. They just have no chemistry together. Like, none whatsoever. I don't know if they ever will, but if they ever do, like, get on the same page chemistry-wise, it could be an awesomely fun tag team. I'm not saying TNA should put the belts on them, but it could be entertaining. It could be very cool. Anyway, so they say, we got a backup partner, and he's gonna fix our problem. Thinking, no, you don't give the Fixer away like that. Like, okay, so they get beat up by the Tribunal Al Snow, and then out comes Tyrus, and it's like, wow, man, they just blew their load on the. It could have been something cool, like to where Grado and Sheer. Well, I don't even know they could continue this thing, man, but I mean, they could have done a lot more of this Fixer stuff. But anyway, highlights of the match: Al Snow getting beat up by Tyrus while still blowing his whistle. That was kind of funny. But in the end, Tyrus hits Mark Henry's World's Strongest Slam, or Front Power Slam, on Brazil Baraka. And I guess this is like Tyrus's own APA type of gimmick where he's going to help anybody who pays him. So I guess that could be cool. It kind of goes into his real life character of being a bodyguard. So I don't know. Like, I wonder how they're going to play this. Like, he's going to be like, hey, I'll fix a problem for you for, whatever. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just thought about it. Mike Bennett is the SVN champion. They need SVN people. They need this fixed. They need the problem of the Miracle, Mike Bennett as champion, fixed. Tyrus. Oh my God, I just fucking wrote a storyline. But do they have enough time to do that? Do they have? But then that means Tyrus would face Lashley. But still, if they didn't have the Edge coming up, oh, Tyrus is the X Division star. That means the X Division guys are weak because they had. I guess you could iron out some of the kinks, but I think that would be kind of cool. Like, hey, we need this guy. They could do it in a way to where the X Division guys win the belt, but they want the Miracle out of the X Division, or no, because you can't really get rid of the Miracle out of the X Division because the X Division is for everybody. So, You can iron that out a little bit. Anyway, main event. EC3 versus Galloway versus Lashley. Lashley wins due to pretty much EC3 and Drew Galloway getting each other's way. Pretty much, you know, stepping on each other's toes, trying to outdo each other. And Galloway, he claymores EC3 while he's trying to go for the 1%er on Lashley. Lashley ends up spearing Galloway, and this is where the calculating part of Lashley, like you talk about that, Lashley being a calculating, kind of heel, suave and sophisticated, but still got the power, so like a kingpin from the Marvel universe. So he spears Galloway. He could have got the pinfall right there, but in a promo at the beginning of the show, he says, "I destroyed Kurt, I destroyed Drew, and now I'm going to destroy EC3." He like looks around, he's like, "There's EC3." Spears EC3 and gets the pinfall victory over EC3. Lashley. Yes. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought about the show. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? And I'm thinking about doing NXT review, but I mean, who really cares? Like, I'm not saying that, like, say NXT is bad, but the TV shows, like, weekly, like, even the most diehard NXT fans, if you say NXT is great from week to week, I don't even want to bring up NXT on 10, but I just have to because, like, you know, giving you guys some context of what I might do for that video. But I don't know, I may just watch it and don't do it. Ring of Honor, they're doing a best of the 2006 for the first 6 months. Who cares? Who cares? Get a cohesive television show that goes into anyway. Lucha, maybe, because I think they have some good matches coming up. I think it was. And anyway, tell me what you guys thought about the TNA show. So I'll catch you guys later.